Well, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Got a great broadcast lineup for you this morning, as I hope we always do. We are actually will fit it in and family. I'm going to say good morning. We got good morning, Elvis Way. Good morning, ID. Good morning, D. Good morning, Cross. Good morning to each and every one of you, and continue to please spread the broadcast, and you could be a part of the broadcast. All you have to do is give us a call at 50. What's the number here? Lord Jesus, I forgot the number. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. Give us a call. We love to have your input. We got a topic we're going to talk about, but we always get it started or with something a little different. We always get it started a little light this morning. What do you all think about what's going on in Ukraine? The situation that's going on in Ukraine right now. Let's talk about that for a second. Give me a call and tell me what's on your heart. Is there any right or any what is the right, what is the wrong, what is the good, what is the bad, and what is the ugly about that whole situation? Give me a call 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. Give me a call. Let me know exactly what you think about this whole situation. I think it's an ugly situation, and I think really what I think is happening is I think Putin is testing his hand right now. I think he's really trying his hand and see how much he can get away with. Good morning, Mikhail Thurman. Good morning, Michael. I hope I said it right. But good, no disrespect, but good morning to you, Mr. Thurman. Good morning to you as well. I say it that way because, like I said, I definitely don't want to have no disrespect or make you think as though I'm disrespecting your name. Not doing that at all. What is going with the Ukraine situation, man? What do y'all think about that? I'd love to have your input. Again, give me a call at 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. Tell me what you think about the whole situation. The good, the bad, and the ugly. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Again, like I said, again, I think it's Putin actually testing his hand and trying to see how much he can get away with. I think he's actually trying to test Biden. It's been said in some situations that people think that our ex-president, our last president, was in cahoots with Biden, Lord, with Putin in some kind of way, and maybe have given him some of our secrets. What do you say to that? Do you think that's a possibility? Do you think that's a possibility that Trump has given him some of our secrets? Has been caught out there, and revealed some things that he should not have revealed. He said that he say all the time that he's not a politician, and he's not. But is that good or is that bad? Because a politician would know some of the things that you should talk about and some of the things that you should not talk about. Did Putin now push Trump's hand? Found out some things that maybe he shouldn't know. 508-92. Some people get upset when I say that. The people that really love Trump, they get upset when I say stuff like that. They do, man. And I don't do it to upset them. That's not my purpose. That's not what I'm trying to do. But at the same time, I like to like I always say in all situations, I like to look at both sides of the coin. And if one side of that coin look a little shady to me, lack of a better term, if one side of this coin look a little shady to me, then I'm going to deal with what it is I see. Good morning, Saeed. Good morning, Saeed Hassan. Good morning, Saeed. Hey, man, how you doing? Good that you joining me this morning, man. Good to have you. Good to have you. As you can see, we in the new location now. We're definitely in the new location. I like it, man. I like the look of it. I like the way that it looks, and I like the feel of it. It's a little chilly though. It's a little chilly. I'm going to turn the heat on, but outside of that, I'm really enjoying it, man. Again, the number is 508-924-3521. Good morning, royalty and loyalty. Royalty and loyalty. That's a heck of a combination. Don't find in there too many people. Royalty and loyalty. Yeah, that's real good. I'm definitely appreciating that. Let me see if I have anybody. Let me get some people on my phone line. Again, my number is 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. Give us a call. We'd love to have your input on this morning. And like I see right now, what I'm talking about is there any cahoots going on right now? Is there anything going on? Did our ex-president reveal some things that should not have been revealed to Putin? Mm. If you like Trump, call in. If you don't like Trump, call in. Let's talk about it. What do you think about it? What do you think it is? Has that happened? Has that actually happened? Because Putin is mighty bold with himself right now. He is mighty bold with himself right now. And there's a lot of things that's going on, man. And I heard somebody say, well, things was going on all the other times. But well, when Obama was president, this didn't happen. When Bush and all of them was president, this didn't happen. When anybody, Clinton, whatever it was, stuff like it didn't happen. It did not happen. Right after Trump leave office, this happened. Right after, it's never happened like this before. So right after he leave office, that's a little suspect to me. Right after he leave office, now you got this big uproar going on. Again, it's a little suspect to be out. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. Might be wrong one more time before I pass on. You notice I said one more time. But my thing is, man, this is very interesting. And the Ukraine people, they're actually they're fighting back. They're not just taking this thing. They're not just taking this thing sitting down. It's not like you're just gonna come over here and take over, and we're gonna lay down and let you do what you want to do. They're not doing that. They're actually fighting back, and I'm very pleased to see that they are fighting back. I'm very pleased to see the fact that they're fighting back. They're standing their ground. Are they gonna win? I don't know about that, but they're standing their ground, and they're fighting they're fighting for their country. Is that a country? Is that a country? Is that a country? I don't know, but what I do know is that they are fighting, and I'm very pleased with what they are doing. Rico,
What's going on with you, man?
what's up, Captain? How you doing, man?
Man, I can't complain, man. Welcome to a beautiful new day, man.
Yes, and let me go and say good morning. How you doing this morning?
I cannot complain. Can't complain at all. How you been?
Hey, man, you see I got it done, right?
Yeah. You got it knocked on out.
Yes, sir. I had to get it, man. Had to get it. Who we got on our phone now? Somebody just called in. Let me see who it is. Oh, Tucson just called in. But and we're gonna get to do Tucson as well. But Rico, I'm asking a question this morning, man. This whole Ukraine situation. This whole Ukraine. How does it sound, man? Does it sound all right?
Yeah. You sound good.
Okay, good. This whole Ukraine situation, man. I find it kind of suspect. And people that love Trump, man, you got all kind of people in the world, but people that love Trump, they love him because they love him. You can't say one thing or another, but at the same time, what's happening is this: he's attacking now, and I'm kind of wondering. People say, well, I'm thinking that maybe the last president has let some stuff leak out that shouldn't have leaked out or whatever, or just openly giving it to Putin. Because when Obama was president, nothing happened. None of this stuff happened. When Bush's and all them people was president, none of this stuff happened. It's kind of strange to me that soon as Trump get out of office, now you got all this other stuff going on, the other attacks and stuff like that, and Putin is making all these threats. Stuff gonna happen that you never saw before. It's gonna be some retaliation that you've never witnessed before. Rico, that's suspect to me, brother. What you say?
It is, man. I mean, you have a certain group of people, certain people that want to cause as much disruption as they can for some reason. So this seemed like the latest attempt. But after sitting back looking at a few things last night, I decided to keep my nose out that business and let them tear each other apart. Because I saw something that in all of that chaos that's going on over there last night, I saw something last night that was sort of ugly to me. One consistent that you would be surprised remains, even in the Ukraine. Something that just tore me up, and I really don't care what happened to either side right now. I'm glad the Ukrainians are fighting back, but if the Russians knock their head off, I don't care either. I saw women and children being denied access to leave the Ukraine or being pulled off buses because they were black.
Wow.
Ain't that something? Even in the midst of being invaded, so they can be oppressed or killed, they still find a way to practice racism even as they're being attacked. Telling black people, black Africans, they can't leave.
Wow.
Pulling them off the buses and trains Women and children out there on the ground just huddled up, just black people in masses, banging to get. They showed one video of them pulling a black woman off the bus and then letting a white woman come right on the bus in the midst of war. Ain't that something? I didn't see that. Oh, see, so you know what? That ain't my business what they got going on over there. My only thing I'm worried about is they get the black people that ain't got nothing to do with that war leave. Because those same people that's fighting for their life against Russia are still finding it in their heart to practice racism against people that look like me and don't even want them to leave the danger areas.
Wow.
So guess what? Blow each other off the map. Because number one, they're evil.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not fixing to root for you and you evil. You just practice evil. I just witnessed this with my own eyes. I'm seeing the video different. This ain't just one scene. This is 6 or 7 different scenes of black people asking, why y'all doing us like this? Why y'all won't let our women and children go? Why y'all being racist? They don't care. It look like they're in America. They treat them so rough. And all of a sudden, now here it is. We up here, 2 black men discussing the Russian and Ukraine conflict. But like they say, every time, it's mighty funny too. The United States might not intervene, but if they was Arab or black, they'd be all in the middle of that thing. So you know what, man, this might be another situation where we see that those warmongers like to do this, and we need to let them do what they do because it's out of order, it's dysfunctional, and we don't need to give it none of our energy because we dysfunctional enough. Once again, we're Europeanized, worried about their business and their mindset and what they're doing, and we can't even leave the area. Our people over there not even a part of the war, but still being made to sit there and have their life at risk because of racism. In the middle of war, racism still being practiced.
Wow.
Screw Ukraine.
See, my thing is, I didn't see that. I was now here pretty late getting everything set up so I can be ready this morning, and had to come this morning and actually do a few more things to make sure that we was ready to go forward. And somebody talking about late. See, you got people that say late, and they don't even know what the whole situation is. They just put what they want to put on there from the first thought. Late. You know who that is, man. I ain't gonna call the name. But look, late. Don't even know what had to go on, what had to happen this morning to get to the point where we can actually broadcast this morning. Because Rico, you know what I did the weekend. You know everything I had to do the weekend, and so I had my grandkids with me, and so it didn't go as according to plans. But like I said, I was up late last night, and I said, look, let me go ahead and get in the bed because I know I got to get up early in the morning. I'll finish it up in the morning. And then here comes somebody talking about late. See, it's amazing how folks come to the party, man. Don't know everything you had to do to get the party going, to get the party right? And then they're going to make a negative comment like that. Late. Rico.
Well, you know what, man? They got a certain expectation. And normally, you late. So they think it's just another day. This is another day late again.
See, they don't know all the ingredients that went into that pie. They don't know all the ingredients that went into the pie, man. The pie done now. The pie done. Everything is going, and hopefully it sounds the same or better than it did before. But my thing is, there was a lot of ingredients in this pie right here, brother. I ain't get to bed. I got to bed I think about 1 something this morning. Because like I said, I have my grandkids here, man, and they left. They actually left about 10 last night, so I came down and did some more work on it. Got to bed about 1 o'clock this morning. Got up early this morning to finish up what I had to do, what I wasn't able to do last night, because I had to go to bed at some point. And then
long weekend. Yeah, very long weekend.
Oh yeah, man. I had to get out, man. I had to get it all together. And then here comes, watch this, Rico. And then here you go, somebody talking about late.
It's good you went ahead and did it this weekend instead of waiting till the day like you started to. Imagine what would have been like if you'd waited till today.
It would have been a mess.
There's no show tomorrow.
It would have been a mess, man. It would have definitely been a mess. Captain Leonard, good morning. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, Raheem and the Morning Glow family.
Man, we talking about a few things. I'm gonna come back to you, Leonard. I wanted to greet you, brother. We got a few people. We got a few people on the phone. I want to greet them as well. Toussaint, good morning. How you doing this morning?
Doing well, brother.
Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning to you, brother. What do you think about this whole Ukraine situation? And Rico just shined some light on it, man. I didn't know that was going on over there.
I didn't know it, but I'm not surprised.
Oh no, I'm not surprised at all. No.
No, I'm not surprised.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, unfortunately, the thing about it is that a lot of stuff that go, you knew that how they maneuvering, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Check that video out that I just sent you. You saw that? Did you know about it?
Nuh-uh. I'm gonna check it out.
That how the Venezuela, the
Mm-hmm.
bombers in Venezuela,
Mm-mm. But I hadn't looked at them. I'm
they
gonna look
got
at
it. I didn't know they had plane bombers that can go uh, twice the speed of sound,
it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and they put them in Venezuela just to be closer. Just check out the strategy,
Mm-hmm.
how all this thing goes on. But when you look at all of that, and when you hear all of that, I'm like Rico. I mean, really, things. It's amazing how things can get crucial,
Yeah.
and never change.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And see, we talk about Trump and his friendship, but you know what? One thing about the enemy to the state or the country, whatever how you want to put it.
Mm-hmm.
If I get blowed up, you get blowed up too.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm.
So how did you escape?
Mm.
I'm just asking. Of course, I'm asking for a friend.
Yes, sir.
So unfortunately, I'm telling you, like Rico. I mean, let the chips fall where they may, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm just, you know, I'm curious to find out if it really gets crucial, like it's seeming to be.
Mm-hmm.
Who's gonna escape?
Yeah. Yeah.
We hadn't seen no world war with the capabilities of countries now. You know, look at that bomber. Check it out. Send it to Rico so he can check it out.
Okay.
Then,
Okay. Absolutely. Absolutely.
and then let's see how if that's the case. See how we can turn. How you think we're gonna turn out?
Mm. It's not gonna be pretty, brother. It's not gonna be pretty. Like I said, and one of the things that you said that what about with the war situation and the technology that we have today, man. The wars of the past, man, is nothing. It paled in comparison to what the technology that we have today. They really pale in comparison, man. Because now they're to the point where they can actually push a button and take people out, man. Hit that button, bam, and it's over. It's over. What do you do? What do you do in a situation like that, man? What do you do? Tiffany, good morning. How you doing?
Run.
Can't run. No, sir. No, sir. Tiffany, good morning. How you doing this morning?
Good morning.
Tiffany, we talking about this whole Ukraine situation, and Rico brought something real interesting to the table, man. And he actually shared a video with me. I'm gonna play a little bit of the video in a little bit because I want to be able to comment on that as well. But racism, even in a situation like that, seeing that racism still exists, they're still rejecting people that look like you and I and pulling them off the bus and letting other people on the bus so they could go to a place of safety. Does that surprise you?
No, it doesn't surprise me, but Rico and I, we saw the video already because somebody had a picture late in a dash of tardy, so they weren't able to see it. But I saw that, and I also saw that that bomb as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say this, and people may not agree with me, which I don't care, but they always do stuff like this to distract us from other things. And it's just crazy how, all this stuff going on, but out of nowhere, they find these black people out of the blue. And that's the only thing that they can focus on. Cause I'm pretty sure there's been some Ukraine men, women, and children that have been killed and stuff like that. But the focus is on Black. And we need to pay attention because sometimes the things that we're supposed to be paying attention to are not the things that they're showing us. So, and this has gone on a lot in America. You know, it's all about what they want us to see. They have been controlling our minds from day one. That's why you can't even talk about certain on the internet. So, you know, I don't get emotional about this, but I will say this. Trump is not the issue. He's not the problem. They don't do nothing. One thing about all of these governments, they don't play checkers, they play chess. Anything that they're doing now was planned decades ago because that's how they move. And see, we're so mind controlled that we play checkers. We're on the checker side of the game. They're on the chess side of the game. So I don't focus on that because one thing, I'm not afraid to die for one. What's going to be is going to be, but it's so sad that 1% of this world are the puppet masters, and a lot of people have to die and suffer because of these people. And we can't keep allowing things to happen, expecting change, when we know the same thing's happening over and over and over again. So it's not about what they're doing, it's about what we're going to do. And if we're not going to do, and when I say we, I'm talking about the 99% of the citizens in the world. If we're not going to do anything, then we just going to have to let this stuff play out and, you know that we're going to be hurt on the other side, as we always are. So that's it. I'm about to come on the screen in a few minutes.
Okay, cool beans. Captain Leonard, what's on your heart, brother? You know, this whole situation, man, does that surprise you at all? Or is it like Tiffany said, just a norm? It's just what happened. And until we come together, the 99%, and is typically if let's say it's not a black or a white thing, unless we all come together collectively, the 99%, and do something about it, it's not going to stop. What do you say to that, Leonard?
It's not as simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
This is a conflict that has been going on for many years now.
Mm-hmm.
If you understand the history of the area, it's not a whole lot different than what was going on in Herzegovina and Bosnia and those types of things. Europe has always been at war. This was the first step when we foolishly elected a president who I believe is in partnership with Putin,
mm-hmm.
who allowed him to take over Crimea. Crimea was the first step that they should have been a lot more forceful on. However, you had a traitor in office. You had a traitor that sided with Russia. That's
Mm-hmm.
Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
That's who he is. That's who he's always been. So war is going to be war. We've always had war. War is constant. So you can get it out of your head about this peace thing, or that there's going to be peace on earth or whatever, because it's not. Not that ruler hasn't come yet, but he ain't on neither one of our sides. You understand? He for righteousness' sake.
Mm-hmm.
This ain't that war. This is not that war. This is simply another madman in the world that has been given power, and he is going to do what he wants to do. He does not care what you think. He does not care what color you are, what you believe in, or anything like that. He just wants more power. Until
Mm-hmm.
he's dead, he won't stop. So this is how dictators rule. The problem is that, one, we have partnered in this one. We allowed Donald Trump to come into office, relaxed. We gave up various positions, and now we're suffering for that. So all those people who have all these other issues or what have you, you understand, hopefully now, a little bit better, the issue. Because you see more pieces moving into place.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? It ain't about you. That's nothing to do with you.
Mm-hmm.
Everything does not revolve around you. And this is why this we concept has to be looked at very closely. We could have done a lot, but people are not doing their civic savings. That could happen here. If you're not, if you really want to be truthful about it, that's what we've been doing. Invading and invading and invading. Remember, we started pulling up here, not long ago, but it really wasn't out of because the mission had actually been accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
We just tried to refocus our policies and things like that. But sanctions should have always been on the table. They're never going to come around. And the moment you saw a president, a sitting U.S. president, allow Russia to do what they are doing, that's when things fall apart. And now NATO, who suffered because America was not at the leadership table, and all these types of things allow for this to happen.
Mm-hmm. Rico, what's on your heart, brother?
Yeah, when you break it down, that's truly what happened. You know, Trump set a precedent. And so, you know, Leonard said something key too when he said that we've been doing it. And it's mighty funny now that we find it wrong, even though it is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
What about the weapons of mass destruction? Saddam Hussein wanted power too. We did something about that though, didn't we? Stuck our nose in that bit and made up a good reason to go in and be a hero and made him the bad guy. Now Putin's sitting over there, the bad guy. He buzzing our coast. I think they're very close to Alaska. So why you all the way on the other side of Virginia buzzing our ships? And they nav space and stuff. You get what I'm saying? Just been getting away with stuff. Then you also take his word over your own intelligence.
Exactly.
Man, what kind of traitor can you be? So, you know, he already feels enabled. He already feels like America's a cow. But, you know, this is the thing about it. Donald said something key. We would never be able to even fathom what type of war this would be with the type of weaponry that's out there now. It would be, you know, devastating. But at the same time, I don't think Putin is going to have the success that he wants, because we are living in a day and time now where people are so they're so geared toward self-sufficiency and looking out for their best benefit. Some soldiers gonna walk away.
They are walking away, Rico.
Some of them gonna walk away. They ain't gonna fight that last fight till they die. You get what I'm saying? And some of those Ukraine people ain't finna just sit there and lay down and say, oh, this is mighty Russia. Come on, guess what? I think I told you this the other day. Before the USSR broke up, all of these were the same people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Guess what? These people in the Ukraine are the same people. These Russians fighting they identical brothers and cousins.
Yep.
It ain't fixing to be easy at all. So for us to just automatically assume, oh, Putin is just fixing to go and roll over these people, it ain't fixing to be easy. He gonna suffer a lot of damage. So I don't think it's gonna get as bad as what people believe it is. But at the same time, it's odd that he's finding some type of reasoning to put bombers over here on alert for us and putting people on nuclear alert over that situation. So to me, like Tiffany said, it's something bigger that they're trying to get us to not pay attention to. This is one big distraction, because when you try to look at the rhyme and reason behind it, America really hasn't done anything for him to be on that high of alert. But if you can ring the bells and sound the alarms, once again, the sheep gonna bite it. Now we all talking about, we worried about nuclear war. All they had to do was say the word. Putin put his team on nuclear alert. Yep. Now everybody worried. All he got to do is say it. Ain't that something sound like some Trump type stuff? Just say it. Just say it. Make people think you're crazy enough to do it. I'll bluff them. Now we just running with it. So I mean, who's to say that they will do some of that they won't? But you know, at the same time, I'm sort of less concerned about it after I saw my people getting pulled off that train. People that look like me, because if I was over there and I was actually concerned about the war and I wanted to be a part of it, they would be showing me then that your black tail still just a black person over here. We ain't gonna let you go. We don't want you to escape. So I ain't really concerned about what's going on over there.
Good deal. Good deal. Tiffany, what's on your heart? Tiffany, you there? Tucson, talk to me, brother.
Tiffany said she was finna get on the plane.
Raheem,
No, she did say it.
Mhm.
She did say it. She
Oh.
said she was finna get on this plane. That's what her last comment was.
Mm-hmm.
But remember, this is what I thought about when Rico was talking. Remember when these guys are just the same type of leadership. And just me. I don't get involved in too much of this because it's disturbing, but it's not disturbing at the same time because chess has pawns.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anything about chess. I don't play it. Never could figure the game out. But I know chess has pawns.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember when Trump said, "I'll meet y'all down there"?
Yeah.
Did he go?
Never.
Now who the boo-boo fools went up
A lot of folks went now.
there? Just Joe did.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them left from here, the great state of Mississippi.
Mm.
I worked with some of them.
FBI gonna be at y'all door,
They
man.
went.
FBI gonna be at y'all door, man.
They was already there. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
I had something that said they was there. Out there. Okay, so you stupid. I mean, I can't call you stupid, but you made a choice too.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the bad thing about, and why I say this, is they know that if you get into the type of warfare, that's just me now. Don't mean anything. Perhaps we blowing smoke.
Mm-hmm.
But if you get in the type of warfare that we're capable of, I say we, people, governments are capable of, you can't win.
Mm-hmm.
You die along with the enemy.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I got it wrong. But who lives through nuclear war?
Mm.
Who survives?
Mm-hmm.
Can you pick some out?
No, you cannot. Any, many, mighty, mo, huh?
Yeah, well, you can try to catch him by the toe, but that ain't gonna work out good for you.
At all. At all.
You can't shoot at somebody and they don't shoot back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Even if they can't, you think they can't win, they can do some damage.
Mm-hmm.
And is it worth the risk?
Mm.
And some people are suicidal.
Some
They
people,
think they're gonna have 12 brides in heaven.
some of them will point the gun at their own
Virgin
truth.
bride.
Some of them will point the gun at their own, man. Turn it
Yeah,
and point the gun right at their own.
But what good is? I'll say this. I shut up. What good is a virgin bride in heaven when there's neither male nor female?
Mm. Let me go to Toya with a T. Good morning. How you doing this morning? Toya with a T, you there?
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How y'all doing? Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing this morning? Look at we
I'm good. How you doing?
Doing good. We're talking about the whole Ukraine situation, the whole Ukraine situation and what's going on over there. And Rico brought something very interesting to the table. He said that there's situations over there, even racism. He said racism, even in the midst of what's going on, there's still racism going on over there, man. Whereas they're putting people that look like you and I off the bus, and letting people that don't look like us get on that bus to go to ride to their safety. What do you say to that?
I mean, yeah. I mean, you got to kind of just look at what war is, and when it comes to war, all bets is off.
Mm-hmm.
you get to take out that passive aggressive anger, right? Because this is war mode, this is murder mode, and when you're in murder mode, ain't no being nice, ain't no sympathetic, ain't no follow no rules, regulations, ain't no racism. I'm gonna do what I want to do, and I've been feeling this way about you Negroes for a long time, thinking that you ain't got privilege or you walk around here with your privilege. See, people got these weird things in their head about Black people that I don't get. So, of course, in a mix of war, with what we already go through, walking through a world of so-called peace, oh, of course I expect the boo-boo to hit the fan when it comes to war. But, you know, the strange ideology that makes any other human being feel like you get to take my life because you're more privileged than me, you know what? My same old mind say the same thing to me, that if you think that you can do something to me, I can do something to you first or back. Same way you pulled out that ideology of feeling like you can bomb someone when you come across this brown person, I'm going to have that same mentality right back with you, because I'm not suicidal, but I'm not scared of death.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm willing to execute all my God-given rights with any human being, because at the end of the day, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to die. And before I allow a human being, whether you from Ukraine, Rupain, or Tupain, you don't get to disrespect me and my skin. You understand what I'm saying? And think that any kind of laws or anything is going to be valid the same way. You know, so this whole thing they got in when it comes to war, I expect for things to be in heightened for people of color just over the GP of what we've been through. That's not shocking to me. But I'm not your average brown person. So you can take them privileges if you want to, bring them over here, and please understand that I'm going to be prepared for a war right back.
Mm-hmm. Wow, good deal, good deal. Cassandra, good morning. How you doing this morning? Cassandra, you there? Cassandra may have stepped away for a second. Charles, good morning. How you doing this morning?
What's up, bro?
Man, we're talking about the whole situation that's going on over there in Ukraine, and even they say even in the war situation, man, there's still a stink of racism over there. And they say they're pulling people off the bus that look like you and I and replacing with people that don't look like you and I and allowing them to go to a place of safety. Charles, did that surprise you?
No, it's Ukraine, but they've been that way. They're one of the most corrupt governments and everything in the air and in the world. And also us as Black Americans, I don't think a lot of us understand the American privilege that we have. When they talk about look like us, that doesn't mean anything. And I've had people and friends who travel in those areas tell me that they travel with their African friends, and when they pull out their American passport, they're treated way better than their African friends with their African passports. I've had too many people tell me this. So it is a privilege of being a Black American in different countries, because they do treat us different, but they don't treat us like they treat Africans. Even though, like you just said, we look alike or got the same skin color, we're not treated the same way. And it's a dude on YouTube that lived in Ukraine, a Black dude from America for 4 years, and he talked about the same thing. When they find out he's an American, he's treated different.
So basically what I'm hearing you say is the Ukrainians treat Black African Americans better in their land than they treat than we're being treated on our own land here.
No, I didn't say that. No, I didn't say that. Oh my
well,
God.
I'm just saying.
What the hell you get? I'm sorry. What?
Hold on, bro. I'm asking you a question, bro. If you're gonna be on the show, now hold on, bro. Hold on. See, you coming out the gate wrong. You coming out the gate totally wrong, and you're not gonna do that. You're coming out the gate totally wrong, and you're not gonna do that. First of all, I asked you a question, bro. You on a show where we ask questions about different things. If you don't want to be asked a question, then you should be on the show.
It's not about asking me the question.
Okay, well, you can't tell me how to ask you the question, brother. I'm asking you what I want to ask you.
It's not that. It's how you ask me, bro.
Okay, I asked you a question.
All right, go ahead, man.
Okay, good deal. Rico, not there.
I'm listening. Go ahead. I'm listening.
You say go ahead. You want me to ask you the question?
I'm listening to your question. Go ahead.
I don't have one. Hold on. Stay right there for a second. Leonard, what's on your heart, brother?
Not a whole lot. It's just that one, I don't make every story my own. And one, if you really want to learn something about what's happening, there's an opportunity here. But if your issue is one-sided and biased, you miss so much.
Exactly.
Of what is going on. You know, just because you woke up this morning don't mean somebody trying to trick you or whatever. That's them people life. So the Ukraine used to be part of the Soviet Union. They've been fighting several times. What it should show you is a picture of contrasting styles of leadership. Now, these issues in the Ukraine and with the Ukraine and Soviet Union, if you remember Gorbachev, and then remember when he was running the Soviet Union?
Yes.
He's a lot more moderate guy. However, this is a conflict between two countries that used to be together. Now, people can talk about the U.S. and think, but trust me, just because you want peace don't mean them people lay down guns. Just because you have a desire to be peaceful. That's not it. Soldiers are retreating and turning away from the conflict because it's becoming harder to convince people that don't want to fight to fight. Ukraine has almost had to are pushing themselves to a draft and using draft tactics. Who that sound like?
Wow.
Okay, so matter of fact, I got kicked off Facebook for making a comment about the draft. So watch this situation, and it'll help you understand global politics are not personal issues. And to always try to insert what you want into them is pretty much what the news does for a living. But if you just look at it, look at the truth of the matter, look at all the things that happened, like when we were talking about Crimea before. Remember when people didn't want to hear about that either? That wasn't important neither.
Exactly.
Well, that's what happens. If people's lives go on, your life is going on, but no one wants to admit that you have to put the work in. You have to put in good authority, good governors. Putin will kill you running against him in public office. So when you try to compare him to another leader from this, that, and the other, this is global conflict and what it looks like. NATO is that presence in response to this issue. So if you never knew anything about NATO, guess what? Go learn about it now, because that's when it's important. Learn about it now, so you'll know why these two countries are fighting and the implications on what goes on in America. Shout out to the people with the sanctions. What you wanted, I heard what? They were trying to pull Russian vodka off the shelves, and businesses are imposing those sanctions because we must do what we can. But remember, you prayer warriors, you should be praying. You should be praying.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Did you have any concern? Do you have any concern with the friendship between Trump and Putin?
Did I have any? I despise them both and their leadership style. I have no love. I'll be glad when I wake up in the day when he don't. Wow.
You talking about Putin or Trump or both?
I could care. Pick. You pick.
Wow.
I don't have no love for the wicked, bro. None. Zero. So wow. People who are, think they got all the answers, and you don't. It's conflict, and conflict takes work to resolve. A lot of work had been done prior to this, back when we ended put the treaties in place after the Cold War. But there's an entire economy at stake.
Good. Let me ask you this question. We got Curtis with us as well. I want to touch that brothers too. So both are you saying, and I'm just asking a question off your question, both of them are evil, Trump and Putin.
Well, I'm not going to say anything about it. I told you I don't care for their leadership styles, and I do believe that there's a lot of wickedness in them both, and they do not have good intentions.
Wow.
You know, there are some people that just don't have good intentions, and you can try to love them if you want to. That's not my thing.
Wow. Okay. Curtis, good morning. How you doing this morning?
Morning, brother. Morning.
Hey, good morning. Talking to your phone for me, Curtis, so I can hear you a little better, so everybody can hear you a little better.
Yeah, what's going on?
Do you have any concerns, because you heavy in this political thing as well? I can't even get my words right this morning. You are heavy in this political thing as well. Did you have any concern when Trump when he actually sided with Putin against his own intelligence team, man? Did you have any issues with that?
Come on, Rap. I can't even say what I want to say. I almost slipped up this sentence. Oh, I wouldn't have been in the corner. I would have been outside in the yard, chained to the fence. Oh, God. Listen. For those that don't want to understand and or accept truth for what it is, you need to read Malcolm Nance's book, who, by the way, is a Black Republican, right? Malcolm Nance wrote a book that tells you that basically the Russian oligarchs and Putin have been courting that man since 1982.
Wow.
There was supposed to be a Trump Tower built right outside the Kremlin. Listen, I'm let it all this word. Pigs eat slop.
Exactly.
And I ain't trying to feed them. You understand? Now what? Because you just threw me off. Because of what I wanted to say, I couldn't say. But what was the question again?
Did you have any concerns when there you go. I ain't even got to finish. Go ahead, brother.
Man, listen. It is well known, right? I'm just going to speak on this real quick from a street perspective, right? From a street perspective, if I'm out here grinding and I'm getting dirty money, right? But I ain't really blew up like that, right? And a guy got let's say he got Peachtree and name any one of those crossroads. He got Peachtree in that crossroad, right? And he got that, but I want that. But I know I don't have the manpower to take that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go and make sure somebody get on the inside so that I can weaken the infrastructure and the things that he got set up.
Yes.
See, all this whole thing, this was all a plan. But what happened was Trump did not get reelected. But the plan was already set forth, and he figured, I don't know why he figured this. He should have known better. You've been dealing with this man 30 plus years, 40 years almost. He should have known that Joe Biden is not a Donald Trump. You understand? So, man, I was concerned before it happened. What do you mean when it happened? When he chose Putin's word over his own
intelligence
national security team?
Yeah. Wow.
I was concerned way before that.
Wow. Cassandra, are you back with us, Cassandra?
Thanks, Robert. How you doing, man?
Curtis, mute your phone, Kurt. Mute your phone, Kurt. Cassandra, you there?
Yes, I am.
Cassandra,
I am.
What? And good morning. How you doing this morning?
Good morning.
How did you feel, Cassandra, when the word came out that the whole situation happened, and our president at that time, Trump, sided with Putin against his own intelligence team? How did you feel about that?
I don't even know why. I'm trying not to use curse words like a lot of them right now. So I'm going to say this. I was not surprised at all. And this morning, I love NPR if I'm driving. I love NPR. And this morning,
I listened to the Ukrainian people. They were interviewing, you know, a lot of the Ukrainian people about the situation, and to hear, and that's just me. I'm a crier. I'm sitting there crying. I live in the United States of America. I live in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
And I was literally crying like a baby for these people because, first of all, one of the older ladies, it was an old lady, she said, Putin is like Hitler. He has the same mentality. And when she said that, I mean, I just bust out crying because that's the way I felt about Trump. I felt like Trump was nothing but, and with everything in my being, he was evil, just like Putin is evil. And Putin is setting up, let me tell you something. Putin likes to flex. He likes to flex. So now he's saying, oh, I'm getting my people, my nuclear people in order. Negro, then that means you're ready to die. Because if you let something go, your entire country is going to be destroyed. Point blank. If you point that nuclear thing and shoot at anybody, everybody going to aim for you. So then I don't see, that's what lets me know that there's something wrong with this man. When you have that type of mentality, who survived a doggone nuclear attack on the level of what they have now? Who's going to survive? I'm just
nobody.
Who's going to survive?
Nobody.
We don't have. I'm telling you, this man is crazy, and he has that mentality. I'm going to take what I want. Yes, they've had conflict, Ukraine and Russia, but let me tell you, anytime a group of people say, "I don't want to be under your control," and what are we talking about? What's the discussion? They don't want to be under your damn control. Excuse my language.
Wow.
It's disgusting. And I hurt for those people. I feel bad for them. I really do.
Cassandra, Rico brought something to our line. He actually shared a video with us. I'm going to try to get the video in before we get to our main topic for the day. But he was saying, he was saying in the video that they were pulling people that look like you and I off the boat, off the bus. I'm talking about the boat, Lord Jesus, off the bus, and replacing with people that don't look like us. So those people could go to their safety, and the people that look like us is pretty much sitting ducks. How do you feel about that? He's saying that there's even in a situation like this, there's still a certain element of racism.
Listen, there are hundreds of thousands of people, white Russian people, that cannot get out. Yeah, and I was listening to, and I was watching before I left home. I was watching a group of black guys. They said they've been waiting 2 days, I think, to get on, and they keep, like pushing them back or whatever. But they're pushing back white people too. At this point, I'm not really thinking about it like that because I'm watching very closely and I'm seeing that there are people, white people, trying to get out. One lady, she said she's been trying to get her and her mother out for 5 days. And they keep, people keep getting ahead of them. They haven't been able to leave. So I believe it's across the board thing. And yeah, it may be, we know how that roll with black people. So it may be that, but think about it. There are just as many of them that are not getting out, that want to get out, as there are black people. I'm just saying.
Okay, good deal, good deal. Let's go to Tiffany. Are you back with us? Okay, Charles, what's on your heart, brother?
Say me?
Yes.
Talking to me?
Yes.
Bruh. Okay.
Yes.
Cassandra just blew my mind. She just blew my mind. She said that are just as many white people getting turned back as the black people. That says a lot. And I'm not trying to be funny, but to me, that says a whole lot coming from her. Because she's a very passionate person, but she's not going on the hate train. She's opening her eyes. And I didn't never see the video, but when she said that, I'm gonna go look at the videos. It's just as many. It's not just black people being turned down. Now we do know that there's a lot of racism in that area, but it's not just black people being turned down because of their color. There's a lot of black and white people being turned back. Now we got to find out why they're being turned back. Is it because of their color? Can't be, because white people getting turned back also. So what she said was a whole lot just now. And as for who's the president right now, Joe Biden's the president. Why are y'all talking about Donald Trump? Bush lost under Bush. I think it was Georgia. Under Obama, it was Crimea. And now under Biden, it's Ukraine, but no one under Trump. Did he make a backdoor deal? We don't know. But nobody was attacked. We do know that Hunter Biden has a big job in Ukraine that he wasn't qualified for. That's a fact. So leave Trump out of it, y'all. Leave. Biden messed up. It's Biden's fault. Y'all don't want to blame Biden for nothing, man. Y'all don't want to blame him for nothing.
And you don't want to blame, but you don't want to blame Trump for anything, though. But you don't want to blame Trump.
Raheem.
Yes. Go ahead.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right.
Biden didn't invade the Ukraine, did he?
No.
Because there was, like I said, just because it wasn't on your news station, don't think things were not happening. Remember, are we not remembering Syria and key positions that have that pretty much were, how do you say, I'm gonna leave the door open, but I ain't gonna take no responsibility for somebody breaking the house and steal everything. What America has not been able to do is infiltrate Russian leadership the way Russia has done in America. So I feel the same way about this as I felt about Reconstruction. Why allow your enemy authority? This was the problem. If you look at it that way, with our conflict here in America. So now you go over there, it's not about race. It's not about race. It's just, that's what you like to talk about, but it's not about race. And you couldn't even prove it was about race. I don't care how hard you try. But like I say, it ain't your story. Take the opportunity to go get the facts. Don't line up with your own political side and think that you're saying something and you ain't saying nothing.
But that's exactly what you
Because
do.
one, you can go and simply turn the pages of any elementary school kid's history book and find this type of conflict. We don't own these places. So, and therefore we can't give them up. And the mere fact that, one, it becomes a debate about a political party over here in America and this, that, and the other is still a lower level of discussion. There's facts associated with what has just happened that link your former president to these issues.
Show me
so
the facts.
That will be also investigated going.
Let him finish, Charles. Let him finish
forward. However, what's more important is trying to be a part of a peace agreement, reestablish the treaty, and definitely try to provide what type of aid you can on a humanitarian front. This is why NATO is so important. If people don't know what NATO is, North Atlantic Treaty Organization. It's those people that are more concerned about peace with global, with the world in the world, than so much about old Cold War issues. People are ready to be free. And so now you're looking at a time when decent people have to be forceful. I am a very peaceful person, but I will defend my position. I won't attack you, but I will defend. I will make allies, and I will continue to push for progress. Go read what happened in the Soviet Union government. Go and see what happened with their government. This is what that story is about. So take that opportunity and go get some education on that. Your personal opinion is your personal opinion. Everybody got one. That's why we got so much news, because everybody has a spin on the story. So hopefully the people that we have elected, our Secretary of State and our president, can continue pushing and holding back. You have a couple servicemen on the line right now. I believe Kurt, I'm not sure if Kurt has served in Afghanistan or what have you, or we're fighting in Afghanistan, but these issues are far more complicated than your feelings.
Curtis, you said come to you, Curtis?
Will Rogers said it best, man. He said, when ignorance is on the move, it has no bounds. Okay. So my brother just challenged my other brother to give him facts. Now, first and foremost, I'm going to tell you, that's the wrong person to challenge when you want facts, because he is a student of humanity. But anyway.
Man, I challenge any one of y'all, man. None of y'all are.
Hey, Charles, first of all, you're not going to do that, bro. You're not going to do that.
Some facts. You know what, Raheem? When the devil busy, God always working. So anyway, let me go on and give you some facts. Brother, before you watch Fox again, I need you to do a study on the Lincoln Project. Before you watch Fox again, I need you to read Malcolm Nance's book, Destroying Democracy. I need you to read that, bro, so that you'll have all the facts that could possibly support your ideology and opinions. Bro, you keep coming on this show, and when it comes down to Trump, you keep talking these weak talking points that don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. You say Hunter Biden got this right here. Well, why you won't talk about the $16 billion that Trump was offered to put up a Trump Tower in Russia? Why you won't talk about that? Why you won't talk about the fact that the fool didn't even realize that he had a hot mic when he told the doggone basically the secretary of they call it something else, but it's the KGB. That's all it is. It's their form of the CIA. Mm-hmm. When he told him, yeah, we don't have to worry no more, we got rid of that dummy, and he was talking about the director of the FBI, oh man, the tall dude. Why don't you talk about the fact that he fired the 4 top aides to Russia who had the most knowledge of what Putin and his oligarch had been trying to do? Why are you not talking about the fact that a bank backed by the Russian oligarch gave Trump almost $20 billion, billion with a B, $20 billion without any proof that he could pay that back? And then once they was investigated, they called, oh Charles, I ain't say nothing while you was talking. Brother. Okay, why you won't talk about the fact that the dossier that y'all Republicans claim came from Hillary Clinton never even started with Hillary Clinton. It started with John McCain, another Republican. Why you won't talk about the fact that Mitch McConnell stood on the floor of the Senate, all of them on January 6th, admitted this was a travesty, it was a form of treason, it was not a protest. Brother, I'm just saying, look, man, I'm telling you, from a Democrat, from a human being to a human being, brother, right is right and wrong is wrong. If the Democratic Party, if Obama had done the things that this previous president had done, I would be calling for him to be jailed too.
Hold on, Curtis.
Brother, you're choosing. This is the last thing I'm gonna say, Raheem. One sentence, brother. You're choosing party over people. So that lets me know you bought the Kool-Aid.
Wow. And just for the record, in the chat over here, Charles said January the 6th was a joke. Tiffany, what's on your heart, sis?
You know what, man? Sometimes I say to myself, I hate the fact that I went and fought for people like him.
Hold on, Curtis. Curtis, hold on. No, stay right there. We're not gonna do that. Tiffany, what's on your heart? Tiffany?
You know, I'm gonna say this because everybody on this panel is intelligent, very intelligent. That's why I keep coming back to the morning flow. However, the Encyclopedia Browns aren't always right. And every single president that we've had was evil. Because while we were celebrating a beautiful black family, that black family was sending drones all over the world killing people. And nobody's talking about that. But we talking about how beautiful that family was. The Clintons, the first black president and all that stuff like that, passing bills that have our people locked up today. And then we're not even going to talk about all the things that they did in Haiti. They can't even sell their own rights. So let's not act like Donald Trump is the devil of all devils, because all of them are there. And let's not forget, the very first few days that Biden was in office, he told the black leaders, I ain't doing nothing for you. You need to stick with them Hispanics and stuff like that, because I'm not doing nothing for you. And everybody keeps saying they can't do nothing specifically for blacks. But then when the Asian thing came about, all of a sudden, and everybody who attacked them got on chains and all this other stuff, hoodies and stuff like that, they made changes just like that. So don't say it can't be done. And let's also talk about Obama when he was on the Breakfast Club, which that was not heavily promoted. It's like he came in like a thief in the night. Nobody was really talking about it. And he sat there and told them that the reason why he didn't do nothing for black people was because the white people in the office was not going to allow him to do it. And he also said that Kamala and Biden was not going to do nothing for us because they got other things to worry about. Don't nobody care about us. But we can look at Trump. He's the fall guy. There is a documentary, a docuseries called The Family. It was on Netflix. And it tells you the line, all these people are put in there by design. Everybody's getting all emotional and attacking people and stuff like that. The Republicans are Democrats, two feathers on the same doggone bird. And if you think one has your back over the other, then you's a damn fool. You's a fool. And how come you know more about what's going on at the top of the pyramid, but you don't, a lot of people, I'm not talking about people on the panel, I'm just saying people don't know what's going on locally, going statewide and stuff like that. You so worried about what's going up here. You don't understand that this ain't nothing but a god doggone game. It's a freaking game. You guys, everybody thinks they know whatever. Y'all the doggone scholars. How come y'all don't work up in there with them other people?
Hey, Tiffany, let me ask you this question, and I love how you painted that picture. It's all a game, and it's playing a game. I love how you did that. But let me ask you this: if it is a game, and piggybacking on what you said, in every game somebody have to win. So who's winning?
They're winning because the 1% is winning because they still have control of our mind. Mm-hmm. They still have control. As long as we continue to fall for the okie doke, we always going to be controlled. And like I keep saying, and people don't like when I say it, we all slaves. It ain't even about black and white. Because you got 1% of a doggone world with billions of people being a puppet masters, and we just follow suit each and every time. When we keep our mouths shut about stuff, when we don't fight against stuff, that means they still got control over us. All this time it's been COVID. But then a couple of months ago, I was watching some international news and they told Italy that by March it was going to be over with. How would they know that unless they created that?
Wow.
You got to pay attention to certain things and stuff like that, and stop looking at the cover, the ugly cover, and read what's inside the book. You really think, Trump been out of office and we still going about impeachments and taking them to court and all that other stuff, wasting time. And as far as February 6th goes, come on, you mean to tell me that a whole bunch of people that probably never been in the Capitol building whatsoever knew where everybody's office was? They knew exactly where they were going. Come on, man. You people gotta wake up.
Tiffany, hold on, stay right there. Let me pull around. Cause you're getting real passionate this morning. Says, ooh, look, you're shaking your head and all kind of things. Look at that. Let me go to Tucson. Tucson, what's on your heart, brother? Talk to me. It's real this morning, brother. It's real.
Yeah, but
it's real.
They don't usually get into it.
Huh?
I mean, I you know why I don't. You know why I don't talk much?
Why is that?
Because I don't have much to say. And then again, not because I don't have much to say and I don't get emotional about stuff, because nobody lives forever.
Mm-hmm.
And we just jump from one hero or villain to the next.
Mm-hmm.
And we pick one based on how we feel about them.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's good.
And while I told a story this morning about a guy that decided that he was going to take his cat that was misbehaving in the bathroom to discipline him.
He got problems.
Exactly.
He got problems, bro. You ain't gonna put that cat in no close quarters like that and think you're gonna beat that cat. You got problems, bro. Let me keep it.
And then he had the unfortunate was he had his keys in his pocket. He locked the door.
Oh, he in trouble.
We do stupid stuff. I mean,
in trouble. That joke about to get the brakes beat off him by that cat. Boy, that cat gonna let loose on him. That cat gonna let loose. I'm gonna tell you. Hey, Badger, good.
What's gonna happen if it ever fins out to be the threat that we're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
You can go ahead and lock that cat in. This just is like the scenario that we're in. If you think you're gonna discipline the cat, you might be the one that get in trouble.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And here's the whole thing. Enrico pointed out something. It's amazing how we're talking about the threat of war that we have no concern about. I mean, it has nothing to do with us.
Mm-hmm.
You still got to do what you do every day. You still got it going on. Everybody done forgot their family life. They done forgot what they're trying to do in life, their goals, their desires, their dreams. And here we are. We done dropped everything else, and we believe that, the trouble that we've been in for the last 2.5 years with this pandemic is, we almost this and that and other and all that kind of stuff. And you still got your same old problems. And matter of fact, if you go 5 miles off over the speed limit, you're still gonna get pulled over and possibly killed.
Mm-hmm. Good deal. Let me go to Badger. Badger, what's on your heart? Good morning. How you doing this morning?
It's a morning. Pillow beat me up this morning.
Beat you bad, brother. Beat you bad.
So,
let me ask you this question, Badger. I'm trying to be generous how I ask this particular question.
Just throw it out there at this point.
How did you feel about Trump's presidency? Is some of the stuff that's going on? Is some of the stuff that's going on today a result of his leadership?
All of the above. If you look at the track records and everything else, I mean, what we have Clinton that took advantage of women. We had Electoral College deciding who's going to be voted for. I mean, Trump should have never even been in office if you based it on popular vote. So at this point, And I say it all the time. I'm like, we don't. Who cares about a president anyway? I mean, let's be real. Who knows for a 100% fact that the president actually has any power?
Mm.
See, Leonard already knows.
Mhm.
The president just does what he's told. I don't, and nobody has ever been able to prove to me otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
So now I do know there are literal video recordings, but I guess somebody could fake those of Trump telling Putin that he had a good idea about wanting to go take over Ukrainian.
Wow.
So,
wow.
I mean, to him, it's a business thing. Yeah, why not go to war to take over land? I mean, that's what the America's founded on anyway. That's something they're really good at understanding. Let's take over land, kill some people, so we can get all that oil and gold and whatever else we want. I agree with a lot of what Tiffany said.
Mm-hmm.
I believed in I believe a lot of it. We are in a corrupt country. Some people, like, I want to believe that the laws are here to protect everyone. And yes, there are laws that should be protecting everybody. However, getting people to actually do it is a whole nother matter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let me go to Goddess. Goddess, she said she's only going to be here with us for a few minutes. Goddess, good morning. How you doing this morning?
Good morning. Good morning, everybody.
We're talking about this whole Ukraine situation, and somehow we veered over to the Trump's leadership. And I'm asking a question: is some of this stuff that's going on today a result of leadership? Goddess?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I couldn't hear what you said. It kind of went out.
I say, is some of the stuff that's going on today a result of Trump's leadership or lack of leadership? While he was in presidency?
I'm gonna say right now, I would not say it's a lack of leadership at all. I think that I think Trump had some type of interaction with them, so he already knew how to go in and make sure that he was okay with the sanctions that they're placing, because he already knew what was going to be the next thing. So personally, since him knowing that the sanctions were going to be placed, that was something he already had in store for. So now that we place sanctions, it's not going to make a big deal at all. So that's where the problem comes in altogether. I think he thinks Biden's not going to really say much, so that's where I think it's going to pose an issue. So, but that's just where I'm at on that. I think that we need to pay more attention to what's going on, because I think that the sanctions is totally irrelevant to the situation, because he already knew they were going to put in place. But we do need a president who's going to make a difference, and I think that's where we don't have.
Okay, good. Mute your line for me, sis. Okay, good. Rico, what's on your heart, brother?
Yeah, man. Whatever happens is gonna happen.
Okay, so raw.
I mean, you know, this ain't our first go round. I mean, you know, did Russia come and get involved when we went and invaded Iraq? They didn't.
No.
A lot of people probably thought they should have. They knew that was all a gig. The world didn't like it, but America didn't care. They put their own narrative out there. Because Raul said that they riding around in a truck making weapons of mass destruction. We don't care what they say. Then they don't find them. Well, you know what? We just killed all these people and it cost all this life for no reason. Let's go on to the next. And so, you know, here it is. I'm looking and I'm watching the back and forth and the passion between black people arguing for a system that we shouldn't have that kind of passion about. I imagine some of those people over in the Ukraine that may have been trying to escape probably got relatives that might be fighting for the Ukraine. We just don't see them on camera. They probably got black soldiers fighting for the Ukraine right now. Imagine that. But their family members trying to escape and be refugees, and they kicking them off the bus. So I mean, it's real. I don't even want to say it's entertaining, but it's really revealing to see just how drunk we are on the Kool-Aid that America is. To the point that, well, okay, yeah, Trump might have some part in this, but we still got to understand that what they got going on over there don't revolve around America. But we guess what? We trying to make Trump and make America be such a part of it to the point to where it can escalate. It can escalate. Let them people fight. Ukraine's fighting. They fight. You get what I'm saying? You see the footage. But once again, what I have seen that pertains to people that look like me is that they shouldn't care anything about the war, and we shouldn't either. The only thing I'm worried about is that they're gonna drop nukes. You know, man, we need to get out. When I mean get out, I mean mentally. Man, I sat down there and watched Charles, man, and then I heard all that screaming and hollering, man, and it's like, oh man, oh my goodness, man. Can you imagine seeing black men in Klan robes? That's about the situation that we're in when we get that passionate about it. Look at Tim Scott. I mean, we do understand that they are playing with the same bird. These are two feathers of the same bird. Same 1% lobby on both sides and turn politicians. We see this. We heard Kamala say, I ain't doing nothing special for black people. We heard Kamala. We heard Kamala say that with her chucks and pearls. Say that she ain't doing nothing for black people. Why would she do something special for black people? That wouldn't be fair. That wouldn't be right. So, I mean, you know, I hate to see, I don't know, man. Just to me, it sort of, man, shows that we need some therapy, man. Black people need some therapy, man. We need some therapy. We really got to have a mental revolution about what's going on. And don't get me wrong, we have got to vote. We have got to participate in the system. But at the same time, we can't get so consumed to the point to where we at each other's throats fighting over a 1% system. These two black men on here, man, looking like, oh my, Republican and Democrat. I'm sort of thinking about what's the guy name that Dave Chappelle did on his first skit that was at the Klan rally. He didn't even know he was black.
I know you're talking. Yeah.
Clayton Bigsby. Even the white people were shocked. And guess what? White people sitting up here looking and they like, look at them. Charles down there just having a good time. I'm gonna tell you why Charles mad. Charles just built up anger from Friday because he wanted to show out Friday, but he wasn't bold enough to do it when that man was on there. You had somebody on that Friday you could have went there with, but he'd have shut you down. So now you got it built up over the weekend and you decide to come on here and troll today. So you being rude and interrupting people. I know what you done did. This been built up all weekend because Friday you would have been shut completely down. So now he taking the opportunity. I done read you. Trump gonna hire you though. But this ain't even a Trump issue.
Rico.
This ain't a Trump issue. I mean, look,
exactly.
Man, we talking like Americans. We talking like Americans. We are too Americanized, man. I don't get it. I don't get it, man. I'm just lost, man, how we can be this passionate. Don't get me wrong, we are part of the United States. But somewhere down the line, we have to realize, okay, the more we participate in it and the more energy we give it, the more it exists. And it's all dysfunctional. War is dysfunctional when we participate in it.
Exactly. Cassandra, what's on your heart?
You know, okay. So I don't give a rat's butt about my bottom line is people. Maybe I could. If I say that, it'll come out better. I care about people, and if people are being made or forced to, or trying to be forced to accept a regime that they don't want, I have a problem with that as a human being. As a human being, I don't listen. Please, we have got. It's about people. Okay, there are people in the Ukraine that are explicitly, the country says, we do not want to be overtaken by Russia. Point blank, bottom line. That's my concern. They don't want to be taken over. So then they're willing to fight. They're smaller. They don't have as much as Russia has. But if we, as the rest of the world and humanity, can look at that and say, hey, that's their business. Just let Russia go ahead, take them over, kill them, do whatever they want to do. Where's your humanity? Where's your humanity? And we got our own stuff going on here in the United States. But my thing is, when we're seeing this type of being done, that's why NATO is coming together and saying, oh, heck no, we're not going to let y'all do that. Russia, we going to give y'all an ultimatum now. We already putting sanctions, but if it comes to it, we'll go further. I think it's the right thing to do. I don't care, because people are the factor that I'm most concerned about. People don't want to be taken over by Russia. The Ukrainian people do not want that. So then that's why I'm all in for them. Whoever. Prayers, if I ain't got nothing but prayers, I'll do the prayers.
Tucson, something on your heart, brother?
Anybody got a Klan outfit in their closet that I got you?
Lord Jesus. Lord, man. Lord.
Hey man, why you know, and I understand the passion. I really do. But I got more problems than worrying about stuff that really we're gonna be talking about something else next week.
Yeah.
We really are. Matter of fact, somebody going to a funeral today. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's you know, and I'm really concerned about us really having so much. I don't know what it is. How powerful can a man be? We still. How long Trump been out of office? And I've seen signs in we have Mardi Gras down here, and I see Trump signs. How old is the man? And you know, maybe somebody has Biden as a hero and Trump is the villain. I'm not really doing really good at making the point today, because I look at us almost to the point where look, if we was in, I don't know, we'd have a wrestling match if we was in each other's company. But the thing about being a Republican or Democrat, if we have this type of war that we're capable of, it's not going to save you because you moved out of the neighborhood. So I'm just wondering. Yeah, and I'm just saying, I want to be personal, but I try not to be personal. Just wonder if we got hidden Klan. What you call that?
No, I ain't fooling with you. Nope, I'm not following.
Couple hops.
Lord. Hold on, let's hold on, Tucson. We're gonna keep you right there, brother, because you about to take a left turn. We ain't gonna do that. Charles, what's on your heart? Tiffany, coming to you next. Charles, you muted, brother. You muted.
Okay, I said okay, Stevens. When I look at Black Democrats, I see Steven from the Django. That's just what I'm telling y'all. Now, we are controlled by media.
Wow.
Hey, y'all shoot shots, I get to shoot mine. So calm down. Anyway, when I see and when y'all get passionate and it's a problem, then that's a problem. But I understand who I'm dealing with. I understand we're dealing with Democrats and Black Democrats at that. I have no problem with that. Now, if there was no Republican Party, I would still be against people with liberal and Democrat mindsets, because that's what destroyed the Black community, in my opinion. Now, another thing is we talking about Ukraine, but within the last 2 years, we haven't talked about none of the Black African countries that have been killing, because of war. You know why? Because they're not important. Because the media told you it's not important. You all get on here and cry about Ukraine, but I've never ever heard you all cry about Cameroon or any of those people getting 10,000 people getting killed, because the media tells y'all what to do. So if y'all telling me that my mind is set a certain way, but my mind is open up to understand that you don't understand, that you're being controlled by the media. Because if they went and talked the same way about Cameroon, all the different places in Africa that people getting killed, tens of thousands of people within the last year. So don't come at me like that. You get what I'm saying? Now, we know Biden is the president right now. So Biden has to do what he's supposed to do. Trump is not the president. So let's put the blame where it's at. If Biden's been the president, he had all these good people around him. So the dude don't even know where he at half the time. Come on, y'all. Y'all killing me, man. Y'all killing me.
Okay. Now I didn't want to be rude and interrupt you, because I want to give you the same freedom I give everybody else to see what's on your heart. But my thing is here, I can embrace a part of what you said about the African countries, and I can embrace a part of that. I can embrace that and go and walk with you with that. But when you start saying about the Django and all this other stuff and all these people being this and that, that's where you lost me. That's totally where you
same thing when they're talking.
Hold on. Did I say anything while you was talking, Charles? Did I say a word while you was talking? Did I say one word while you was talking?
Jokes, man. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, you the joke, brother. You want to interject when you want to interject and be rude when you want to be rude, and you're not gonna do that. I tell you what. I have a nice day, brother. I ain't got time for that foolishness, man. You look at. I ain't say now word when that brother was talking, man. Not now word. And then I say 2 words. Now he want to interject. Tiffany, better yet, I did say I'm coming to you next. Tiffany, what's on your heart?
I told you was a troublemaker.
No.
But anyway, yeah, you a troublemaker. You know you a troublemaker, but that's neither here nor there. I'll deal with you after the show.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, we will talk. Believe me when I tell you.
We will talk.
We will talk.
We will talk.
Oh,
but here's the thing. Are you gonna take care of? Are you gonna make sure that your family's straight before you help somebody else? Yeah. Because it's 2022 and the Democrats are running stuff, and they still haven't passed the anti-lynching bill. You know what I'm saying? There's still an abundance of homelessness in the United States. You know, there's people in Argentina, little kids, they can't even go to school because they got to pick through trash to try to find stuff to take home to eat. You know, China is taking over Africa. You know what I'm saying? Stuff is going on every single day, all over the world and stuff like that. And we don't care until it's televised. There's still Black people every single day, 365 days a year. Some Black person in America is being murdered by each other, white people, and the police. But we don't hear about it until Ben Crump has his old goofy behind on the doggone screen telling people, oh, we love each other and we gonna get this $1 million check.
Now what you got against Ben Crump? Leave Ben Crump alone. Ben Crump out there fighting for the people. Go ahead.
He corny. But what I'm saying is we get so caught up when they put it on TV. This stuff been going on. Don't nothing change. Nothing changes but draws. And some people don't even change their draws. And we get so caught up in what other people got going on instead of worrying about the stuff. Our issues have not disappeared. Not at all. But we're easily distracted. We are so easily distracted. As soon as something comes on the internet, as soon as something comes on the television, as soon as something comes on the radio, we jump to it. We are fast food type of people.
Mm-hmm.
We want to sprint, not understand that we're in a doggone marathon.
Mm-hmm.
When I get passionate, that's what I get passionate about. I don't give a hoot and hint Danny about a Republican and a Democrat and stuff like that. They all the same, because if they really cared about the people, the stuff that we're arguing about, we wouldn't even be arguing about, because it would be all about the people, but it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we're in a kumbaya society, they have no control.
Okay.
And they want to have control of the people. Period.
Absolutely.
All over the doggone world.
Tiffany, let me ask you a question. And we're going to move on because it's been 3 minutes, so we're going to move to the next person. But my thing is this right here. What is a hoot and a hit handy? Did you say hoot and a hit handy? You don't give a hoot.
Wait a minute. The next time you say some of that country crap you say, that's what it is.
Rico, what's on your heart, brother? And look here, you ain't gonna be calling me country either. I done told you now. Look, we done had this conversation. Go ahead, Rico. What's on your heart?
I'm just trying to figure out what Cameroon got to do with Republican and Democrat. You see, now I was with them on that Cameroon thing.
Yeah.
And to me, my only concern with the Ukraine is the fact that people's freedoms and democracy is being imposed on. But when those same people are using those same tactics against people that look like me because of their skin color, I could care less about their democracy.
Mm-hmm.
So, but what I do know is I hope the Ukraine hold their own.
Yeah.
I hope they do, But what about that issue? See, we could root for the Ukraine and they win, and then all of a sudden they get successful or stop the threat. And then black people over there from Africa still going through what they're going through.
Mm-hmm.
Now here it is. We've been rooting for Ukraine. Pray for Ukraine. You know how we real quick to change our photos on our Facebooks and this and that. Pray for such and such. Pray for France. Pray for Belgium. Does Belgium pray for the Congo and the 10 million that King Leopold killed? All the hands he chopped off. Oh, the royal family. We love the royal family so much. Just put them all on the media. I thought we split away from them. Why are we still over here cherishing and enduring the monarchy, the royal family? So, and then, like I said, you got black people that's all on TV talking about Prince Charles and this and that and that. They are so excited about what? Europeanized brain, get out. Wake up, man. Look, that movie Get Out. People looked at it for entertainment when they was really trying to let us know that's us.
Yep.
That's us. We up here fussing about Democrat and Republican. And don't neither one of them do nothing for us. But they got all our support. Like Ice Cube said, when we start getting something from them. Now, don't get me wrong. I do vote with the lesser of two evils. Because one will actually contribute more to whatever it is that I believe in more than the other. One will actually go against something that I feel like may help people. So I will go with the lesser two evils. But at the same time, there's a whole nother level of this thing, a whole nother level of existence. We got to have a mental revolution. If we can participate in that system, to see the people is what make this thing work. This is how brainwashed we are. Gas prices go up. Boo-hoo-hoo. Gas prices going up. Let me use more gas. How about conserving? How about using your mind and realizing, okay, if we stop using so much gas, somewhere they're going to have to start giving it away. But nope, we just complain and then conform like lab rats. Codependent. And we want everything quick, fast, and a hurry, so we ain't going to put down that gas. We ain't going to walk 3 or 4 miles. We ain't going to even walk around the block. We're going to crank up our cars and go around the block. If our mailboxes are all set at the end of the corner, we're going to drive to the mailbox. We ain't going to even take the sun and get that vitamin D and get that circulatory system moving and walk to the mailbox. We're going to drive. But gas high. And these people, they wrong for raising these gas prices. Yep, and you wrong for making them richer.
Exactly.
And they gonna keep, why would they stop? Why would they stop? Because we so distracted. Like I said, man, that movie Get Out. We have to wake up and stop participating and acting so dependent on this system. We shouldn't be on here arguing about Republican and Democrat so fervently the way we do.
Wow, good deal, good deal. Man, 508-924-3521, 508-924-3521. Phone lines are open. Give us a call. We actually we're ready to transition over to our topic for the day. We got a topic for the day. We sometimes we make it to the topic, sometimes we don't. But we're gonna make it to the topic today. But before we even do that, Cassandra, what's on your heart?
I pass.
Leonard?
I'd rather move on.
Okay, cool beans, cool beans. We're about to move on. I see we got another visitor that came in. Charles, you I see you back with us, brother. Okay, got on for a second. We're gonna go to our topic for today. Let me get this set up. While we do that, Curtis, what's on your heart, brother? Curtis, you there?
You know.
Yeah, you go. There you go.
Yeah, I'm right here. Right. Let me first say, you know, I apologize if it sounds like I'm hollering, but for the most part, when I'm on this show, I'm in my car, so I have to use. I can't take my phone and put it up to my ear. So I have to speak a little louder into the phone. So I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm hollering. It's just that I'm speaking loud because the phone is on speaker.
Yes.
But I want to say some things that every person on the panel by far is some of the smartest people I've ever even been blessed to sit around. And I hear some of the most intelligent things that really creates a even greater level of academia to me than what I've ever learned sitting in any institution of higher learning classroom. But there are some things that sometimes we misconstrue. Because see, I'm one of those who working at the lower level. I see what's going on, the inner workings of what's going on, how much money is connected to this, how we trying to combat that. I see it every single day. And first, let me say this. America is a republic, which is set up and designed by a two-party system that has checks and balances for each institution. Right? So sometimes we say, oh, the Democrats ain't did this, the Democrats ain't did that, and the Democrats ain't did this. Well, I implore folks to really take a look at why certain things aren't happening. Because at the end of the day, you can't do anything with the rule or order that says, I'm going to obstruct what you're trying to do. And if I don't have an overwhelming majority, even if that is my initiative, it can't be done. People like the brother that you just had to kick off are people who consistently play on the fact that, how can I put this, man? They play politics on the fact of telling folks about the boogeyman, right? When I look at my level and what's going on, Raheem, and I think in terms of party, I have to think in terms strictly as this, and I'll end like this. Which party is allowing me to at least sit at the table and hear what's going on? And which party is making me stay in the kitchen and cook their meal?
We're gonna drop that right there. And Tiffany, she real animated. She's talking about both, but we ain't no, because we got it's 9:16. I'm gonna get to our topic for today, because if we venture down that line, it's gonna be 10:30, and we still hadn't got to our topic. So let me go ahead and go to the topic. Cassandra, you there?
Yes, sir.
Cassandra, in the perfect world, what would you rather have as a way of making your livelihood, or just existing, or whatever? What would you rather have? Excellent skills or incredible instincts? Which is more valuable?
What are the options?
Great skills, be absolutely skilled at what you're doing, amazing skills, or good or amazing instincts.
For me, instinct, that's just because of empath. I'm an empath. So for me to have instincts about stuff, that means more, because I've done things that other people trained for years. I came right in and did it just off of instincts, just off of paying attention. So instinct for me is most important.
Wow. So that's better than having excellent skills. I mean, if you're skilled at it, you just know.
No. I think excellent skills are wonderful. Yes, you need to be able to do what you do. But I'm able, and I've been able over the years, since I've been working I'm 62, almost 63. Since I've been working since I was 12, 11, I have done a lot of things off of instinct and not skills. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Good deal. Charles, are you with us? Charles, you there? Tiffany, what do you say to that? Would you rather have excellent skills or excellent instincts?
I say instincts, because my instincts would have told me not to get on this line today. But
so silly. Go ahead.
You know what? For me, I'm just learning to trust my instincts more, because I feel like when you trust your instincts, you're more in tune with the God in you. So I say instincts, but at the same time, I wish I had skills, because with those instincts of wanting to help people and stuff like that, like I don't even know how to, keep a plane alive. So I wish I had skills that would help me to help other people on a major scale, because one thing, we're so dependent on the system. And I think the Bible, the part that talks about following the laws of the land, I think that's keeping us in a battle, because there's nothing good that's going on in this land. You know what I'm saying? God is not in this at all. You know what I'm saying? And in order to even maneuver in this land, you got to have some kind of wickedness in you, because you got to know how to move like the enemy. So I say I trust the instinct more, but I kind of wish I had both.
Exactly. Badger, let me come to you with the same question, man. What would you rather have, great skills or great instincts? Because and I'm coming to you. I'm coming on your field for a second, because a lot of times they say animals have great instincts, and that's how they're able to survive, based on the instincts that they have, not necessarily that they have great skills. What do you say to that?
Well, me personally, I'd want the skill. I have enough trust and great spirit to give me instincts. skill is something I know I struggle with, and I get in the way a lot. Because I was just sitting here thinking about everything that I've been listening to, and it's just to have the skill to help others to a massive scale, like Tiffany was saying, you know, is a person I feel can have instincts all day long, yet a lot of times it's the skill that we can be used to implement those instincts.
Okay. That's good. 508-924-3521, 508-924-3521. The phone lines are open. Give us a call. We'd love to have your input. Charles, are you back with us?
Yeah.
Okay. What would you rather have, Charles? Would you rather have great skills or great instincts?
Man, that's a hard one, man. I think, I don't know, man. My skill level has gotten me jobs over people who are more educated than I am. Man, that's kind of hard, man. When you say instincts, can I ask you a question? What do you mean by that?
Instinct.
Elaborate on it.
Instinct is you just instinctively, and I hate to use the word in the definition, but instinctively you just know to do this, to do that. Instinctively, you know, to go left when there's danger or something to the right. Instinctively, you know to do certain things, and it'll keep you out of situations. Wow. Yeah. Let's do it.
That's kind of, yeah, man. That's kind of hard, man. I would probably lean towards skill, but I understand exactly what how Cassandra was saying, the instinct, how my instincts has gotten me out of certain things or not gotten me into certain troubles or something like, or but if it's job wise, man, I think my skill level does it, because I think through my life, my skills have, like I just said, put me above people who are more
Charles,
educated.
let me step in for a second, Charles. I got the perfect scenario for you, and this just came to me. Okay, you ex-military, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if they take you to a foreign land and drop you in the middle of the jungle somewhere, and you have to get out, you know, you got skills because you know if you've been to the field, you know how to navigate being in the field. Now, would you use those skills or would you use those instincts to get out of that jungle?
That's good. Man, I guess, you know, both, man. I don't know. That's a good one. That's a good.
You gotta pick one, man. Brother. No, man, you gotta pick one, man. You gotta, you know what?
All right, I would say my skill, because if I'm a SEAL team skilled person, then I guess the instincts come with the skill.
You still trying to see how you trying to twist that thing up? See how you doing?
I know, but see, you look at it. Sometimes your instincts are learned by your skills.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. You
get what I'm saying? So if I'm like I said, if you said dropping, because that was a good question you just asked. If somebody dropped you off and you're somewhere, your instincts, man, are trained. Things that comes from the skill level you are. Now, if my instinct is making, if my skill level is making paper bags, ain't no instinct gonna get me out them jungles. You know what I'm saying? But if my instinct, if my skill level is, let's say, a SEAL team or a Delta Force guy, then my instincts kick in because of my skill level.
Okay. I'm gonna let. Look, I'm gonna let you escape with that one right there. I'm gonna let you escape with that one.
Hey, that was a good question, though, man.
I appreciate you. Every now and then I get one in. Rico.
Every now and then.
There you go. See,
I'm gonna go outside, look outside, see if the moon blue.
See if it's snowing,
See if
Rico.
the moon blue.
There you go. Read this right here for Public Citizen, and then I want you to respond to that, and then respond to the question that we're asking.
Yeah, that's a good point that you make. Public Citizen says instinct can be dangerous because we follow our gut or heart, but it is not always right. That's true. That's true. See, that's what makes that a good question that you asked. First off, let me apologize to Charles if he thought that my comment was just geared towards him. I was making that comment toward black people, period, that go back and forth about politics, you know, Republican and Democrat. Both sides, I think we're a little bit too passionate on that. When it comes to that, it depends on what your instincts are or how they work for you, I guess. So, you know, I look at it like when you talk about skills, some skills have to be taught. But your instincts allow you to pick up the key factors of that skill quicker than the next person. Say like Michael Jackson, not Michael Jackson, well, Michael Jackson and Michael Jordan, both were taught the same things that everybody else was taught when it comes to music. But it was something different that Michael Jackson could do with an ad lib. Some of his instincts just told him, you know what, throw this ad lib in right here. And that made him different from everybody else. That's why I can't believe he was left off on that list when everybody was talking about the top three. Man, wasn't nobody ad-libbing like Michael Jackson. Then Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan played basketball, put his shoes on one foot at a time and his shorts on one leg at a time, just like everybody else. But it was something about his instincts that made his skill better than everybody else's. I'm pretty sure there were plenty of people shot just as many free throws as he shot. They probably sat outside. Many people sat outside and shot just as many threes as Steph Curry got. But something about that hand-eye coordination. Have you ever seen anybody that always got good aim? I'm one of them type people. If I see something, I pick up something and throw it and want to hit it, for some reason, I could get that trajectory right all the time. I ain't gonna say all the time, 90% of the time. Some people would say that's skill. I say that's instinct because that's something that I never picked up that object to hit that target. I didn't know the weight, but for some reason, something inside of me made me do all the adjustments and read all the calculations. That's just like the instincts of a person that could just play classical music that's never been trained, playing by ear. So, you know, those instincts, man, it depends. It really does depend because you see some people actually do some supernatural and very intelligent things that they've never been trained to do.
Exactly. Let me go to Leonard. What's on your heart, brother? Which one would you rather have? Great instincts or great skill?
Well, one, skill is more important to me for the very simple fact that I don't have to do nothing to have instinct. And people often use instinct incorrectly. Instinct is not necessarily feeling. Instincts are things that, and you really don't even, we just become so accustomed to using that word as human beings that we don't understand it was meant for non-human beings.
Yeah, animals.
Right.
Yeah.
Instinct is when you born, you latch on to the nipple. That's instinct. Most babies, pretty much all babies have it. That's instinctive. That's instinct. What you feel is completely different. You don't need like one. I like skills, but I love the balance of the two. To acquire, I wish I could, but instinct is a little different. And you know, you'll say because some people don't behave the same way all the time, so it's not an instinct. When you're making decisions and things, that lets you. It's not an instinct. That's not the proper use of the word instinct.
Now, let me ask you this: based on what you just said, using that same scenario that I told Charles about being dropped off in the middle of the jungle, which would you rather use to get out of that jungle, skill or instinct?
Well, it depends on the objective. If you're trying to get out the jungle, that's what you want to do. If you know how to, if you know where you're going, you just go that way.
But you don't know.
However, what if it takes 2 or 3 days? So one thing you got to address is hunger, thirst, shelter. That's training. That's training. Now, eventually, the untrained person gets to it. Eventually, the skilled person sets it up immediately because they have the skills to do so.
That's good.
So you know, when people say they have a feeling, no one should trust your feelings. That's your feeling. That's how you feel. You feel that way because of who you are, what you've been through, and your experiences and everything. That's not instinct. Instinct is what you is a norm, it's a fixed pattern almost. It's what you will do every time.
Mm-hmm.
You don't. It's not really a choice in the matter.
Exactly. I sung that song and I keep saying Toya and Tiffany over there dancing. I got the feeling. Let me get you. Who can I get to read this? Read there we go. That's our public.
Some people are just born with something special, or they are given a chance to build on that special skill. Schools, teachers, families, we can all do better at that. Yeah, that's true.
Curtis.
Before you go to Curtis.
Yeah, what up, Ryan?
Well, I'll go after Curtis.
Okay. Curtis, same. Would you rather have great skills or great instincts? And I want you to deal with that situation about being dropped in a jungle. You've never been there. They just drop you off in the middle of that jungle. Are you gonna use your great skills or your great instinct to get out of that jungle?
You know, it's a step-by-step method of instruction, man.
Mm-hmm.
You can't in order to get out, you can't have one without having the other. One allows for you to survive and the other allows for you to sustain.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't have one without the other. The skill set would come once I reel in. Once I reel in, stand up, take a look around, look at the sun, that's skill set. So I'm saying, take a look at the sun or take a look at the moon, you know what I mean? Look at the stars, that's skill set. Take notice to the grass that's on the ground, that's skill set. The trees that's growing, that's skill set. But then it's instinctively, as every soldier on here know, instinctively, you're going to have what some would call 30-yard stare, 100-yard stare, 50-yard stare. Where instinctively, like when I was in Daharan, instinctively I knew that something was getting ready to happen. But it was all based off of my skill set.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I start seeing where the call of prayer is happening and people, it's a different type of walk when they walk into prayer. When I see all of a sudden, we used to have a crowd outside the gate, and now there's no crowd outside the gate. Well, what is going on? We normally have a crowd outside the gate. What has changed? So I think the two go with each other, but when you look at the world from a business perspective,
mm-hmm.
a lot of your great success stories that we tout as success stories are not success stories from having great skill.
Mm-hmm.
They're success stories from having great instincts.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of your hedge fund folks, they operate a lot of times first off of instinct, and then they look at the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and if the numbers match up to their instincts, okay, we're gonna roll with this, we're gonna pick this up, boom, 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 we're gonna make this money and keep it pushing. That's just my opinion. I mean,
mm-hmm. Good deal.
I'm not right all the time.
None of us are, brother. None of us are, and that's the beauty. That's the beauty of life. Tiffany Real. What do you want to have now, Tiffany? Do you want to have great instincts or do you want to have great skills? What is best?
You asked that already.
Well, go ahead again. Oh, I can't ask number one question. Okay, I'm gonna skip. Just remember that. Remember that. I can't come back to you. Hold on.
Did you ask Wade? Did you ask Wade or? Did you ask Wade?
I mean,
there's other people here.
I sure did. Okay.
Remember
Hold on, Donna just came back in. But you remember that. There's other people here.
I am going to remember. I'm going to write it down. I'm going to take a picture. I'm going to write it down. I'm going to take a picture. But when it's time, you better call them.
No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to let you sit right there until your hair turns gray.
It's your world. I'm just a squirrel trying to get it done, brother. I'm just a squirrel trying to get it done, brother.
Gray-headed Tiffany Real, Tiffany, what's the other, bootleg? You're going to be both of them right there. Hold on.
I ain't going to be bootleg.
Let me see who else got. Tucson. Tucson.
Well,
yes, sir.
Brown.
This is the type of.
Go ahead, Tucson. There was somebody let me know they was in.
Yeah, I understand. I was just instinct is what we're doing now. We're forgetting all about our skill. We just instinctively having a conversation. That's why we flying off at each other. I'm sorry. I think I even said something that I usually don't even do.
Uh-oh. Go ahead. What
publicly made a sucker. I publicly sucker punched some. Tried to, at least.
You did it.
Instinctively. I did. I'm sorry.
And I'm gonna
dox
some of your pay behind that too. We can have a conversation off air. I typically say we can have a conversation off air.
You almost had me say, hell, what pay? I'm sorry.
Oh, you just said it. What? Hey! You know you got to go, Cassandra. Yeah. Cassandra, hold on, Cassandra. Hold on, Tucson.
Wait.
Hold on one second, Cassandra, I got a question for you. Cassandra, you there?
Yes, I am.
Is there a seat beside you on over there in that corner?
Yeah.
Okay.
Usually I'm here by myself. Yeah, it's plenty room.
Pull your seat up because we send it down over there. Go ahead, Tucson. Finish your thought, brother.
Hey, look, I was looking at, Julius
Dr. J.
Skilled at what he did as far as basketball. And we knew that he was so skilled that they called him Dr. J.
Yes.
But he amazed the crowd. Remember the slam dunk that he did from in back the goal?
Yes, sir.
I believe that was insane.
Okay. Now I'm gonna take what you just said because Rico said something based upon what MJ earlier. So I'm gonna go back to Rico. Rico, let me ask you this question. A lot of times when a person has trained their whole life, like Michael Jordan did, LeBron, or whoever you want to say, has trained their whole life for this, they get out there on that court. Is it really based on their skills, or is it based more on instinct because they've done it so many times they can instinctively recreate what they practiced?
Some of it, okay, we have natural instinct, which is suckling on the nipple. Then you have learned or trained instinct. And so some of these things come from your genetics. Before I came on, I read a story this morning about LeBron James' father. Finally saw some information about it. And the man died when LeBron was 8 years old. But they showed pictures of him. Man, that LeBron, if that man ain't LeBron dad, she marked him. And he was good at basketball. And he had an amazing build. He had a look in the build. He was great at basketball. So guess what LeBron inherited? But some in his instinct, some naturally made him a little more gifted than the rest of those skilled people. And not only was he naturally more gifted, but he was gifted in the same way that his father was. And his son is following in the footsteps. Yeah. I got an uncle that's the same way. My one uncle that played professional baseball. Every last one of his children and grandchildren have been superior elite athletes over the rest of us. We've been decent. But his children, for some reason, they just naturally got it. They superstars. And so, that comes from things that they do instinctively. For some reason, it comes out of nowhere to them. They just say, man, it's just natural. You could ask them, what was you thinking when you did that? What was you thinking when you did that? Man, that was just natural. Same thing with me, certain things that I'm gifted in. Man, how you do that? I don't know. I didn't learn it. It's just something that, I just got that gift. That's part of the instincts too. So, we I think when I put it in that form, no matter how good your skill is, when your genetics or your natural instincts kick in and you have a gift that's maybe a little bit more accomplished than the next person, it will make your skill better. So I think I might prefer the instinct. because everybody got the opportunity to learn the same skills on the basic level.
Exactly. Willa, good morning. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, Raheem. Good morning, morning Globe crew. I heard the question about instinct and skills, and I was thinking about that, and I was thinking like when I was my skill level is what kicked in when I was at work. Of course, it's first when I'm at work, and then instinct follows. But as a parent, and I always have to go back to this, and I had my baby at 15, I didn't have any skills in order to raise a child. So it was that motherly instinct that kicked in when I had my child. And of course, I wasn't perfect. I made mistakes. But I looked at, I had more instinct than I had skill. And that's what works for me. So I guess it depends on the environment or the situation that may cause one or the other to be more important than the other, because they both are important.
Absolutely.
That's my comment.
Absolutely. Good deal. Badger, I'm going to come to you. I'm going to go to Charles. I'm going to come right back to you, Badger. I see your question right there. Charles, what's on your heart, brother? Talk to me.
And then she pretty much, I like what she just said. It makes a lot of sense. And because it's just different areas that a skill will be used and then an instinct will be used. Because, like, let's say, for instance, my skill of knowing how to cut a body in an autopsy or do a spinal tap on a person had nothing to do with, I mean, it might make me, I might be better than other people instinctively, but I had to learn that skill. I guess that's what you were saying too, Rico, right? Even though you learned it, you're still better than other baseball players or football players. Even though I learned how to draw blood, I'm still better than the other people who learned the same way I had to learn.
That's good.
So
that's good.
It's like a which comes first, the chicken or the egg style thing, because you have those instincts in you, like Steph Curry's father played ball, so it was already in him. Correct? I mean, am I getting it right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you are. Absolutely. Good deal. Good deal. Badger, you say you had a question?
Yeah, I posted 2 things in that chat. One is up in Maryland. There's a Ukrainian graveyard where it was vandalized, where they broke tombstones and all kinds of stuff. And then over in Hawaii right now, they are dealing with kids and stuff being sick due to Red Hill, which is where they keep fuel and things like that for jets and whatnot that are sick. In those 2 situations, is it instinct or skill that is required to solve and deal with those problems?
Wow, that's good. And what a lot of people don't know, man, Red Hill, and it's amazing that you said that. Red Hill is a city that's inside of a volcano. Is a volcano that, you know, they say it'll never erupt again, but it's a city that, as a matter of fact, when I lived in Hawaii, my girlfriend lived in, her dad was military, lived inside of Red Hill, and I was like, wow, man, I'm going to the I just tell my aunt I'm going to the volcano because I was going to visit my friend. That's just a side note. Tiffany, let me ask you this question. Now, I know you love Michael Jackson.
I do. So you better come correct.
Michael Jackson, Joe taught him his whole life to be an entertainer, to sing, to get up there and perform. It just, they practice all the time, all this stuff. They practice everything. Now, when Michael Jackson got on that stage, was it more of his skills that he was using, or was it his instinct that he was using to get up there and wow the crowd all over the world like he did? Which was it? What do you think it was more of, the skill or the instinct?
I'm going to say instinctive, because his mother, Catherine, said that when he was a little boy, if the washing machine was spinning and stuff like that, he would go and he would move. He just always moved. You know, he always danced. He always had that, you know, African spirit, if you want to call it. The ancestors was with him, because he always, you know, Joe, of course, helped perfect it and stuff like that. But Catherine said he was always like, since he was a baby. So, you know, sometimes you carry stuff with you. A lot of times you're able to do things that, and you find out your ancestors did it, your great grandmother did it. You know, like, I'm not going to say this was an instinct, but when I had grandchildren, I said that I wanted my grandchildren to call me Nina, right? Not knowing that my grandmother's mother, who died when my grandmother was 5 years old from leukemia, her name was Nina.
Wow.
And I never knew that. You know, and then when people describe me the way that I am, they always say that I remind them of my great grandmother, who I've never. So, you know, some things are just. So if I'm a hardcore, whatever you want to call me, hey, chop it up. My great grandmother, she was a too.
See, now you're trying to shift the blame. Ain't no blame because
I'm happy to be who I am. You know, I'm happy to be because I'm gonna protect me and mine. You know, so I ain't worried about it.
All right, we you know, I had to throw that one out there. You just left it wide open like that. I had to get it. Cassandra, what's on your heart? Cassandra, you like the what's that opera singer you like?
Andrea Bocelli.
Yeah. Is it skills or is it just instinct that they're able to do that at that level?
I don't know. I think from some of the interviews I've seen with him, his is instinct. Because of course he's been blind all his life, but he has said that it's just he just knows how to hit the notes or what. Because I mean, just think about it. He's blind, so someone has to literally, you know, walk him through or talk him through the words to a song, everything. But he says it's his instinct that has made him one of the most famous classical singers in the world. So I believe it's, you know, it's instinct. And you know, there are instincts is really huge for a lot of us. I think more than we realize, because even having sex, you know, if you put a man and a woman together on an island, at some point they're going to, you understand what I'm saying? They're going to realize, hey, we can be doing something over here. You know, we ain't just got to be watching the water go in and out. And that's considered an instinct that we can get together. We can possibly procreate or whatever. But there are just some things that are just instinctive in us, you know, as human beings.
Exactly. Leonard.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Cassandra bringing the freaking dick into the conversation. But Leonard,
I'm not, Leonard.
She bringing the freaking dick in the conversation. Oh Lord, look at him. But Leonard, you like to cook, man, and if you go in the kitchen and you want to create this meal that you want, and you have an idea pretty much of what it is. Now, do you use your skill level, or do you use instinct with the ingredients that you put in that particular menu?
Both. What I wanted to add is that, like, say for instance, when you apply for a job, if I'm looking over a person's resume or something like that, usually I'm looking at it from the perspective of the person's what they call the KSATs: knowledge, skills, abilities, and talents. Talents fall in the line, I do believe, with what we would refer to as instinct.
Okay.
And it's much closer to that. And I thought about it. When am I using instinct? And the closest thing that I could think of that I enjoyed anyway was improvisational jazz. Yes, I can read music and play with the band, but what improv does is it allows you everything that you've learned combined with what you feel and your skill level. If that could line up on the right frequency, man, it could become it communicates with the audience some type of way, and they enjoy it for some type of reason because it's pleasant. But like, say for instance, I love all music because there's something about chords and frequencies and things like that I just love. So I'm drawn to that for some reason that I don't even know. But I've always been. So the other point I wanted to bring out is a philosophical perspective of what we're talking about and what I hope will help people. You have to be able to understand you're more than just one thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can be interested in this, that, and the other. But we have to drop the notion of versus. Especially if there's no contention. It's never, it ain't always either or. You should be a well-rounded person. That should be your goal, not some one-trick pony that only know one thing and you get stuck on that.
One-hit wonder.
Because life has too much to offer for you to learn than for you to be stuck in one place. So you should be able to converse about this issue, that issue, and that issue. Now, you may focus your knowledge, skills, abilities, and talents on one and actually go in and do something. But it's good to have the ability and to enjoy being a human being, being able to take in all the information. The problem with people that we usually don't like is because they narrow-minded. They narrow-minded. I can almost predict what some people will say because they just that narrow-minded. I was spoken to some people 5 years ago. I meet them 5 years later. Guess what? Same speech. Same thing. Because I remember the last time I heard it, that's exactly what they said. So that informs me about them. So what Miss Cassandra refers to as instinct is she serious? Like she would be my Whoopi Goldberg on Star Trek.
Yeah.
Because she has that connection with a person's feelings somehow. And she's on that wavelength. One of our greatest instincts as human beings is the sympathy. Sympathy. Yeah. We appeal to the sympathy of other human beings to get them to take notice to the issues that are happening around the world. If you are a human being and there's another human being on the other side of the world suffering, as a human, a decent one anyway, you would be sympathetic to that suffering because you're a human being, and that's instinctual.
Exactly. Rico, you ready to go into battle? You're about to go into battle, man. Is this big situation going on? What are you going to rely on? And there's gunfire, all kind of stuff going on. You know it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be real. It's one of the real ones. What are you going to rely on to save your life more? Your skill or your instincts?
You know, that's really hard to speak on, man, until you get in that situation. You know, it's been times that my life, it was attempts made on my life, and what I thought I would have did was probably totally different than what I did when I was in the moment. But for some reason, the moves that I made was good moves. You know, and it makes me think then, and sometimes when you see a story, you hear a story, and you be like, well, man, why they do that? That was stupid. In the heat of the moment, man, you don't know what would happen. You might be skilled and trained in something, but when your instincts kick in and you start want to survive, sometimes you pick out all the right things. Sometimes a car might be coming and you see it's coming at the last minute and you see exactly what you need. Your brain recalls everything around you and makes your body respond to what you need to respond to save your life because you are that observant. So, you know, it's really hard to just say, well, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
You know, you would really have to be in that situation. But see, that to me, that's the reason why balance is so important. That's why it's hard for me to get on that Republican and Democrat thing. That's why it's hard for me to get on that skill or instinct thing. That's why it's hard for me to get on that consistency and versatility thing, because you need both. Like Leonard said, okay, maybe you do need to hear somebody say the same thing 10 years from now because they show they're consistent.
Yeah.
But at the same time, people do need to be versatile.
Absolutely.
Be able to adapt and move and conform to whatever scenario presents itself. So when you say what's more important, skill or instinct, they're both equally important. Because the more skill you have, if you have the mindset to be observant, your instinct will pick up the intricate things in that skill that most people won't pick up, the ins and outs when it comes to physical. Even if you was a drag racer, it's going to be sounds that you might hear that could tell you what's wrong with a car when everybody else they don't even hear it. They just hear the loud noises, but you hear just a little skip. And you can say, you know what, man, that timing off that train, and they can go and fix it. And that's what makes them the best drag racers of whatever it is that they're doing, because that instinct, that awareness to be able to observe their surroundings and understand the purpose of what they need to be the best at what they're going to be. You know what I'm saying? So those questions like that, man, is really just hard to just say. That's why sometimes people are unpredictable. Yeah, because they are versatile. I think I'm pretty unpredictable. Man, there's been so many times I've been in the midst of people that they tried to judge me by a look, especially when I had my long hair and I was wearing my gold chain and my jewelry. They was asking me questions like, "Did you graduate high school?" In the middle of conversation. They wouldn't. It wouldn't be like, we think you dumb, but they would just ask me if I graduated high school, and I would be offended because I'm thinking to myself, why wouldn't you think I graduated college? But I knew it was the look. But they didn't understand I was versatile. I could walk both sides of the fence. So little by little, I was able to catch people by surprise. So that those things are both necessary. Balance to me is more important than anything. So that's the reason why I say, even with the Republican and Democrat thing, find some balance in what's right, because to me there's no reason for neither side to have our full support and passion the way that it has.
Exactly. Curtis, same question to you, Curtis. Your Afghanistan war situation. What are you going to rely on the most to save your life? Your skill or your instinct? Curtis?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm gonna rely on my instinct, man, because my skill is already there. If I just rely on my skill, you gotta remember, if I just rely on my skill, there's somebody here that's more skilled than I. But my instinct may put me in a position to where I can preemptively make a move that'll tear the fur off of it. So, I mean, when you look at the Afghanistan thing, and when you deal with combat veterans, a lot of them will tell you, if they're going to be honest, that the only way they made it through was because of their instinct. See, I mean, it is in my opinion that last time I remember, they said we were mammals. So we still have a certain level of animal instinct that tells us when something ain't right. Something going wrong. You in the wrong place at the wrong time. That's just my opinion. But I mean, in a war type situation, man, I was at Cobra Towers. I'll give you a prime example. You know, I can do better than that. Cobra Towers I don't even like to talk about it. But I remember when I was in Port-au-Prince, Haiti. I heard the sister talk about Haiti earlier. I was there, 1994, the Haitian Liberation. When I was in Haiti, when we got there, the laundry facility was coming to a point that they couldn't handle the influx of soldiers and this, that, and the third, and the showering point was trying to basically expand. So they was giving it to the units to build their own showering points. Now I was there with a combat heavy engineering unit. So we was also responsible for building those very same shower points for all the other units, right? So they sent us on a mission to buy these like almost 550-gallon drums that you put on stilts, and then you run lines. You run basically pick lines from the joint, and then it runs into the tent, the shower tent, right? So my commander skill set, she should have known how to read a map. my skill set definitely taught me how to read a map because I was on my way to PLDC. So I was sharp on that. I had been studying it because I know I'm ready to go to PLDC. So she reading the map before we leave. She reading the map. We like, okay, we got to go here, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. But you do know that over here, that's this going on, there's this going on, there's that going on. So that's my skill set. So she's driving, she's the lead vehicle in the convoy. She makes one wrong turn, and as we ride, and I see the people like looking at us like, man, I don't think y'all know what is going on. I see people start running in their house. Instinctively, I tell the driver, my driver introducing her, I say, man, pull this over right now. I am the truck behind them. Right? Mm-hmm. I say, man, pull this over right now. We ain't going no further. He's like, what you mean? I said, yo, pull over right now. So we pull over, so the rest of the convoy pull over behind us. I have everybody dismount, lock and load. Instinctively, my instincts told me something ain't right. Mm-hmm. Do you know, not even 2 minutes after we pull over, a dude come out what we would call an alley. He spoke broken English. He tells me, he said, man, y'all in the wrong spot. I said, what you mean? He said, I told him what we was doing. He asked me what hey, y'all all right? And I said, look, man, we trying to get to this place so we can blah. He said, hey, man, y'all in the wrong spot. I said, what do you mean? He said, man, if y'all ride another 2 clicks in that direction, you're going right into General Cedros's headquarters. Sure enough, man, this lady's skill set was great to take us straight. It would have started a real war because they would have automatically assumed that we was coming there to attack. Yep. My instincts told me something ain't right. We need to pull this thing over. She lost. I don't feel right. I feel like the angel of death done walked by this truck about 50 times. Pull this over. So, I think everybody is on point in saying, like, a lot of it depends on what the situation is, what the circumstances is, and how things, and how what you have to do unfold. So I don't think you can have one without the other, brother.
Good deal.
I mean, just being honest, I don't think you can have one without the other.
Good deal. Well, look, I'm looking at the clock. Badger, what's on your heart? Give me something real quick, brother. It's 10:03. Give me something real quick, Badger.
Looking at or deciding what is skill versus instinct. Mm-hmm. And you're going to use both at all times. Like, one's not more important than the other. Mm-hmm. It's just which one triggers based on the situation that we are put in every moment.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good. Rico, what's going on at 3 o'clock today, sir?
If you missed today's broadcast and would like to see it or hear it in its entirety, you can tune in at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on www.dkmmediagroup.com.
Good deal. Willa.
Hey, Raheem, I'm just waiting.
Waiting
for my turn.
There you go. You ready?
I'm ready. I am ready, Raheem.
Pray us out, sis.
Amen. Go ahead. Father God in heaven, Lord, we just thank you. We thank you, Lord, for allowing us to get up to see another day on this magnificent morning, Monday, that you've given us, Lord. We thank you for that. Father, we're asking you to continually give us wisdom, guidance, and understanding, Lord. Father, you said it in your word that there's power in the tongue, and we believe it in the name of Jesus, Lord. Keep allowing the Holy Spirit to dwell in each and every last one of our lives, Lord. Touch our hearts, Lord. Soften our hearts and open up our minds to sound doctrine.
Father, we love you, we honor you, and we glorify you this morning. In your son Jesus' name, amen, amen, and amen.
Rico got that smile on his face. Rico got that smile on his face. Cassandra, anything on your heart before we get out of here? Cassandra?
No, sir. I'm just grateful. And Willa, thank you, and thank you for your prayers. I'll say something about that at another time. But I just think that people would call on me all the time for stuff because I'm in ministry, and I feel like sometimes it's for me to do it, but I feel like this is your season to do this, and you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing at this time. Thank you.
Amen. Amen.
Thank you, Cassandra.
Tiffany Real, anything on your heart before we get out of here? There you go. There you go. That smile. No, don't even say that. I understand. Just shake your head no, and we'll go on. Close up.
You just better be where you're supposed to be later on.
Lord Jesus. Okay, I'm with you. I'm with you. All right. Look at we're about to get out of here. Leonard, Captain Leonard, close us out, brother. Anything on your heart? Leonard?
Oh, I was on mute. It's good to be in the land of the living. I thank God every day, man, for blessing me to get up, to be on this radio with you. I'm so proud of myself, man. I ain't cussed nobody out or anything like that. And, you know, it's well. It's well with my soul today.
There you go. Praise God. Praise God. Well, listen, man, this okay. Ain't no telling what we're about to get, y'all. What? Put your seatbelt on. What's going on, Rico?
Yeah. See, I told y'all I'm versatile and unpredictable. What time y'all doing your show today?
What is it?
Y'all doing the show today?
We're recording the show. We're pre-recording the show.
Okay.
And it'll be. But my show comes on at 3:00.
Every day?
Every day, 7 days a week.
Okay. Oh man.
I got a gospel show. The Big Bad Sinner has a gospel show with a pastor on Sunday. Now, how you like them apples?
I was about to say something. I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna be real good right now. I'm at the practice.
Say it, because the Lord is in me too.
Okay, look at how did that thing the lady was singing the song and in that movie. Somebody told me it was Color Purple, but I thought it was a Tyler Perry movie. But they were singing and she walked across the field and she's singing the song. She walked over across the field and she went into the church and her father's the pastor. He's sitting there.
That was Color Purple.
There was Color Purple. Okay, he walk up and the daddy finally come down and she hold her daddy. She hug her daddy. She was holding her daddy, and she said, "See, daddy, sinners have souls too." That's what I thought.
That's right.
Sinners have souls too. And the only thing, but the beautiful thing about that, only thing she wanted her whole life was her daddy gave it to her at that moment. He held her back and acknowledged. He acknowledged the fact that you my baby and I love you. And that's all she wanted her whole life, man. She lived her whole life fighting. And that's all she wanted was that one moment of acknowledgement. And you see it. I love that. And you see how she just broke down when he held, because she was holding him, but when he held her back. Cassandra, you can preach on that, Cassandra.
2 times.
It is now 10:09. I want to thank everybody for joining us. And more than that, I want to thank you for allowing DK Media Group and Associates and the Morning Glow for being a part of your morning. It is 10:09. And you're about to exit the Morning Glow. But before you go, I want you to do me 2 favors, if you will. 1, I want you to continue to pray for us because we're certainly praying for each and every one of you. Number 2, why this is real simple. I want you to go out there, find somebody, and give them a hug because you never know. It could be the only hug that they get, or it could very well be their last. I love you, and ain't nothing you can do about it. We shine this light on you from the Morning Glow. Now take it out there into this wicked and cruel world that we live in, and let your light so shine. If you get an opportunity, give somebody some love. You just might find some love in return. Won't that be a beautiful thing? Have a great day. Take care of each other, and please be blessed.